I usually try and start by figuring out where our guests got into the sport, kind of what got you excited about it, who helped you along the way, where along the journey did you find your love for rowing?
Yeah, well, it was a chocolate bar commercial for me. I guess it was a long time ago, and as much as Canada did well, I'm going to use some numbers here that are going to really point out how old I am. But Canada had done well at the '84 Olympics, but like TV and media was super different then. And Canada did actually well at all sports. Anyways, so I went and I saw this movie, Oxford Blues, and it was like Rob Lowe rowing around in a pair of jeans, which now I know is ridiculous. But I remember the sport looked really cool, and they shot it, like mist rising off the water and all that sort of stuff. And and I came home and I asked my mom, like, how do you learn to row? And at the time, like, I knew one person who rowed, and that was a cousin who was rowing out at Brentwood College, um, in on Vancouver Island. But I didn't know anybody. I live in Toronto. I grew up in Etobicoke, and I came home from the movie. I said, Mom, how do you learn how to row? And she's like, I don't know. And then shortly after that, there was the chocolate bar commercial, it was a Coffee Crisp ad. And it's a really ridiculous ad. Like more recently, there's been an A&W ad where it's like "Sue the Bear," but mine was just they play the Queen song, "Another One That Bites the Dust." They change it to "Another One Bites the Crisp," but the Coxie's passing these chocolate bars, and everyone's moving up and down the boat. And again, I was like, "The sport looks awesome. It looks like fun." So between like Rob Lowe, like rowing in Oxford, a pair of jeans, and people eating a chocolate bar in the boat, both completely ridiculous things, I was like, this sport looks really cool. So I looked it up, and in this thing called the phone book, which is pre-Google, that's how we got information. I looked
Two
it
different
up in
phone
the phone
books,
book.
yellow pages and white pages for our
Right,
younger viewers.
right. And the thing was, I even had to ride my bike down by the club just to learn the name of the club, right? Because you can't just go rowing club. I had to know the name of the rowing club, which is, for me, it was the Argonaut Rowing Club.
Yep.
And I took their Learn to Row program, and I loved it right from the start.